Okay, so picking up where I left off before, I just had to take a little break because of life. You know how that goes. So, in the last video, we talked about how Madeline was supposedly dropped off by her mom's boyfriend, Stefan, and Jennifer, who's Madeline's mom, went to go pick her up from school. But according to her mom, she never comes out of school. So, one thing that you guys have to understand when it comes to this whole situation is Madeline's mom is very nonchalant, and she doesn't seem to really care much about what has happened to her daughter. Let me tell you what I mean. So, she goes to the school. She claims that she waits for a few minutes and that she's at the front of the line because she's always at the front of the line to pick her up. And she's like, well, Madeline never comes out and there's all these cars behind me. And so I have to pull off and, get out of the way because she never came out. Then Jennifer claims that she starts driving around in the area because sometimes Madeline walks to her grandmother's office, which is close by. And so she drives that pathway to see if Madeline made it to her grandmother's house, but she didn't make it there. So she didn't call her mom, which is Madeline's grandmother. She never calls her. She just starts driving around or whatever. Then she goes to her mother's office and Madeline's not there. So this is also where people start to feel like something else is happening. So she gets to her mother's house and to her mother's office, and instead of calling the school or calling the police or whatever, she goes back to the school, drives back to the school, and starts looking around to see if Madeline is still there. But this actually was forced by her mother. Her mother was like, okay, we need to go back to the school to see what's happening, because I don't know if Jennifer would have went back herself or she just kind of would have thrown her hands up and just been like, I don't know what's going on, and then just waited for everyone else to solve the issue for her, which seems to be kind of something that she does. But she goes back to the school, and instead of Jennifer calling the police, now all these other relatives are calling the police. So Jennifer has a younger sister. Jennifer's sister calls the police. Jennifer's mother calls the police. Everyone's calling the police except Jennifer, who's Madeline's mom. In fact, the person that she does call is Stefan. He's the first person that she calls, and she's just like, hey, Madeline didn't make it to school. You need to come down here, as if this guy is gonna magically produce her by being there. And she's like, yeah, and he just hurried as fast as he could to come and see what was going on. Meanwhile, she never called the police. I mean, her mother never called the police. So I'm just trying to emphasize that to you. So the police show up. They're back at Madeline's grandmother's office, which is Jennifer's mother. And they're interviewing Jennifer, trying to figure out hey, what happened? Basically trying to get the story. And I'm going to insert the video here, but it's really, to me, it looks strange, but you watch it.
One second. Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
Are we looking for another kid, or we have a kid?
Looking for another one.
Good.
Alright,
police
so
officer
people are
just
still
showed
on
up,
scene,
so he's
let's
gonna
put that
start
out
taking some
in the
information.
possible locations. How old?
13.
I'm trying to get there right now.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
So she was supposed to be dropped off at school, didn't make it to school.
Didn't make it to school. I went to pick her up from school today,
Okay.
and she never came out. They announced it over the speaker, and I'm just like, maybe she walked here, because sometimes she'll walk here to this office. I came here, nothing. I went back to the school, they were closed. I got an email from the school saying she was absent, but I also messaged her teacher, and he looked at her entire attendance today and saw that she was completely not at school today either.
Okay.
So she never made it.
Okay. What's her name?
Madeline. Madeline.
Madeline. Last name?
Soto. Soto.
Soto.
Yeah.
Date of birth?
February 22nd, 2011.
February 27, 2000.
22nd,
Oh, sorry. 22nd,
2011.
2011.
Just had her 13th birthday.
1418
13.
Charlie 405. What's the name of the signal aid?
Madeline Soto, age 13. I'm trying to get a clothing description now. What was she last seen wearing?
26 County Charlie 405. People hit my call 931. It's the same call.
Green hoodie,
Green hoodie,
white Crocs,
white Crocs,
either blue or black pants.
I think black shorts.
Black shorts.
Yeah.
black shorts. Okay. Black shorts. All right. Do you know if she has like friends in the area?
She does, but she doesn't know where they live.
She doesn't know where they live. Okay.
I asked all of them.
Okay. Is this like, does she like have any places that you guys know that she'll usually be at? Any friend's house? Any places that like she likes to hang out?
Not typically, no.
No.
Not typically.
So the things that stuck out to me during that, Jennifer is like constantly moving. She's rocking from side to side. Okay. Now, people would say like, okay, she's nervous and scared, but that's not really the feeling that I get. It's weird how you can look at someone's actions or be around someone, but you don't really like feel what other people think is like. You have different feelings. People have different feelings about other people and their actions. So I know that other people say, well, she's just nervous and she's worried about her daughter and that's why she's moving from side to side. But like, she's not crying. She's not frantic. She's like very methodically telling the story of what happened. There's so many different layers to this story, and I've listened to so many different people analyze what's going on, and I honestly can't fit it in one video, but like, it's ridiculous how methodical she is in like telling what happened, and it's more about telling her story of what happened than it is about finding her daughter. That's the feeling that I get. Is like, okay, I got to get all of this information out as soon as I can, as fast as I can, because I need to follow this script. That's what it feels like.
She got dropped off. She was like, so she's embarrassed by this car. So she didn't want to be dropped off at school. She wanted to be dropped off like half a block away so she can walk.
It's an image thing. She's in the face.
But he dropped her off half a block away and drove away.
I want to shout out this creator. His name is Grish. I'll post his YouTube page. He really analyzes this case in a different way than what I've seen other people analyze it. And he talks about how, so Jennifer is Puerto Rican, and so that, of course, that means her family's Puerto Rican, and he looks at the behavior of everybody around Jennifer, and he's just like, they know something's not right, and you could tell by the way they're acting that they know something's not right. They're quiet, they're looking at each other, they're glancing at each other. And he also makes it a point to say that nobody is trying to like really add to what she's saying. They're kind of like trying to stay as far away from them as they can, as far away from Jennifer and Stefan. Like, they clearly don't like Stefan, or they've kind of made it clear they don't like him. And I think because she still has him in her space, they kind of also don't like Jennifer. They probably don't trust either one of them. But he talks about how you can read their body language, and it's just like, it's not right. They feel that it's not right. And of course, like, they're not gonna, say that in front of the police. But every now and then you do hear them chime in, and they're just like, well, no, she wouldn't do that, or, yeah. And they even talk about her computer, because the police ask, like, okay, did she have a computer with her? And if she did, is it trackable? And Jennifer's like, no, it's not trackable. And then the family's just like, yeah, it probably is trackable. Like,
Does she have a phone number or a phone?
She does, but she left it at home today. I have it.
You have it.
And I've already gone through her messages.
Okay. How about, did she have like Apple Watch? No. Does she have
She's got a device. The only device she's got on her right now is her school laptop.
her school laptop? Is that trackable?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
It should be. It should be.
Like if the Wi-Fi is turned on, it'll try to connect to any Wi-Fi.
So if I like circle here.
It connects to any USB.
okay, so the police leave them. They, send word to all their units in the area, like, okay, this is what we're looking for. This is who we're looking for. This is what she looks like. And they spend the night looking for Madeline. But here's the thing. The person who never goes and looks for Madeline is her mother. She never goes with the police, with her family, with Stefan, to go and look for Madeline. There's even a time when Stefan tells Jennifer, like, I'm gonna go cruising to look for her, and Jennifer's just like, do you think that's a good idea? She never looks for her daughter. She stays at home this entire time.